Now more than ever, we need a seamless way to stay connected. Fortunately, with Microsoft Teams Calling, your colleagues and customers are just a call away. Teams brings together calling, meetings, chat, collaboration, and apps, helping you easily stay connected right in the flow of your work. With capabilities like spam identification, you can feel more confident answering important calls. And it's easy to take calls with you anywhere you go. Stay connected wherever you're working with reliable devices, from low-cost phones, traditional desk and video phones, to new form factors like Teams displays for richer call experiences, complete with Cortana. And with flexible monthly payment plans through the new Teams Device as a Service program, getting your users the devices they need is easier than ever. Teams is a robust calling platform that every part of the business can feel confident running on. With collaborative calling features, departments like HR can solve important issues as a team. Certified contact center solutions seamlessly integrate to securely and reliably serve your customers, because every call matters. And for the most critical calls, capabilities like Survivable Branch Appliance can help keep you connected, even in the event of an outage. Restore personal connections and stay in touch with colleagues and customers with Teams Calling.
Thank you all for joining today. My name is Pete D'Erico, and I'm joined by Bernardo Villarreal, and we're here to discuss how Microsoft Teams Calling can help organizations restore connections and create new ones. Let me start by saying that voices matter. In fact, studies show that a person's voice is the human signal that creates clarity and connections. In the hybrid work environments that many of us find ourselves in, we just don't have the hallway chats or impromptu conversations. They're typically so important for staying connected with colleagues and customers. This is where Teams Calling enters. We recently announced that Teams users made over 650 million calls in October of 2020, up more than 11 times that number from March. That just goes to show how the demand for a robust and modern calling solution has skyrocketed. And with calls typically lasting just a quarter the length of an average meeting, they're a quick and efficient way to connect that complement meetings. This is actually the first time that Bernardo and I have seen each other in person in almost a year, so calling's been really critical to staying in touch and building that sense of connection. With as much as we've heard about digital transformation during the past year, it's clearly no longer an option, but rather an imperative, and calling is no exception. That said, there can be challenges to deploying calling, which makes it one of the later capabilities to be modernized. For example, IT resources and budgets are stretched, and in some cases, the teams in charge of deploying calling today may not have extensive voice experience. Calling scenarios are evolving. Just consider the fact that many contact center agents are working from home today. And the hybrid workplace has forced us to rethink what a phone is and what devices we need to stay productive. With that in mind, I'll highlight 3 priorities for Teams Calling to help with these challenges. First, we're creating simple, seamless, and global options to deploy PSTN calling to Teams. Second, we will deliver critical and innovative value for broad as well as sophisticated calling scenarios. And we enable a portfolio of calling endpoints from legacy hardware all the way up to the AI-powered premium devices. To that end, we'll spend the rest of the time diving into the specific investments that bring these 3 priorities to life, which represent updates across the entire Teams calling architecture. Microsoft's mission is to empower every person and every organization on the planet to achieve more. In terms of calling, that largely implies that service should be available where you are, and it should be simple to deploy. Since every organization is different, Teams Calling offers choice for enabling service, so I'll share how we're expanding those options. First, Microsoft Teams Calling plans are a simple way to procure, provision, and assign numbers to your organization in a matter of minutes. To serve more Teams users than ever, we're expanding Microsoft Teams Calling Plans service to 8 new markets starting in April and completing by the end of June. Specifically, we are adding service to Singapore, New Zealand, Romania, the Czech Republic, Hungary, Slovakia, Norway, and Finland, bringing our total Microsoft Teams Calling plan coverage to 26 markets. We'll also be continuing to grow our service throughout the rest of the year, so stay tuned for additional expansions. But you may want to stay with your existing operator with a managed service experience. Well, to that end, we are excited to announce Operator Connect for Teams, a simple and seamless operator managed service for adding PSTN calling to Teams. Operator Connect allows you to bring your existing operator contracts and relationships while enabling a modern calling experience in Teams. Thanks to the managed integration between Microsoft and operator partners, admins can establish connections to their operators, provision users, and assign numbers in minutes, all from the Teams Admin Center. You do not need to be an expert in voice to bring your operator to Teams. Of course, with the SBCs managed at the operator, there's no need to purchase or manage this hardware. And since operators and Microsoft partnered to provide this integration, you can feel confident with enterprise-grade reliability and support, thanks to shared service level agreements, shared technical support, and direct peering for enhanced network resilience. So let me show an example of how Operator Connect will work once it's available. We start here in the Teams Admin Center on this Operator tab, where you see all of the operators that are part of the Operator Connect program, and this list will evolve as more partners are added to the program. I can filter on certain parameters, for example, those that serve the United States and offer a calling solution, to show only the ones that meet my requirements, in this case, Contoso Telecom. Then, to confirm the connection to my tenant, I simply choose the locations I'm interested in. I can allow the operator to contact me, and then accept the data transfer notice that will be presented. Click Add, and I'm connected. Now going back to my Operator tab, I can see that Contoso Telecom has been added to my list. But what really matters is that this allows my operator to upload numbers to my tenant, which I can visualize and manage directly from the phone number page, literally having enabled calling from my users in a matter of minutes. Operator Connect will soon be available for our initial wave of operator partners, and we will add additional partners to the program over time. To learn more and check if your operator is participating, go to aka.ms/operatorconnect. Last but not least, direct routing remains a powerful option to leverage existing infrastructure and operator relationships, as well as implement a tailored calling solution. In fact, direct routing unlocks Teams calling in over 180 countries, and we have seen dramatic growth in the deployment and usage of direct routing. To give organizations as much choice and flexibility as possible for their direct routing deployments, we are continuing to add to the list of certified session border controllers. And to add resiliency to the most critical locations, Survivable Branch Appliance is now generally available, enabling PSTN calling in the event an outage does not allow the Teams client to directly connect to our services. And to enable more options for conferencing, we are also launching Operator Connect Conferencing, a new service that uses the same administrator interface as Operator Connect and allows you to maintain your preferred operator to add dial-in numbers on your Microsoft Audio conferencing bridge. You can now diversify your PSTN infrastructure to include additional operators and expand your geographic dial-in coverage. Many of the qualified operators participating in the Operator Connect program will also participate in Operator Connect Conferencing. And once again, since these operators must qualify to participate, you can feel confident with enhanced technical support and reliability. Operator Connect Conferencing will also soon be available, and we will continue to add operators over time. To learn more, go to aka.ms/operatorconnectconferencing. Now, deploying Teams calling is just the first step. The real transformation comes in what it allows you and your organization to do to stay productive and make voices heard. And we continually hear that calling is a versatile capability that adds value to customers from across the spectrum of industries, from professional services to education to manufacturing and shipping. Often it's helpful to just pick up the phone to keep business moving. We like to imagine how companies use Teams calling to stay connected, but the reality that we hear from our customers is even more exciting and impressive. But rather than hearing from me, let's see how one organization has been using Teams calling to keep the wheels of business in motion.
We are one as Toyota, from manufacturing to sales to marketing, finance and accounting, to our regional offices. We need to operate as one company to be very effective. COVID made it urgent that we improve the way we communicate with our team members.
It was a major shift, and it felt like overnight we're dealing with the struggles of how to keep our operations sustained and foremost, keep our people safe. We were leveraging Microsoft Skype for calling and video capabilities. It was our primary source of communication, but once the pandemic hit, we knew we had to migrate swiftly from Skype to Teams. We actually deployed Teams to 40,000 people over a 3-week period.
From the time we went to working from home, we didn't miss a beat. We didn't have to cancel projects, reschedule meetings. We literally were in the office one day and at home the next.
With Teams calling, we began questioning, why do we have physical phones on our desk? Teams calling enables easy access to reach people. So we're eliminating the old physical phones, pulling those out of offices, just having one clear, succinct standard. We actually record the ratings of our calls, and we've been averaging anywhere from a 4.7 to a 4.9 out of a 5.0 scale. That's way above what we were seeing before.
As somebody who manages training, I love the idea that I'm not tied to my desk anymore. The other cool thing is I don't have to give out my personal cell phone number. Teams calling helps me just get in touch with people wherever they're at.
I don't have to search on other digital properties a way to contact team members. Everything is right in front of me. I don't use any other method to call team members today.
For me, I use voicemail translations to stay productive and focused. I can very quickly read a voicemail coming in and determine whether I need to stop and immediately address it.
The calling was so crisp and the audio was perfect. With Microsoft Teams calling, it's been fantastic. We can be responsive and address any situation that comes up. It was really a game changer for everyone.
That's a really exciting example. Well, let me share a few of the calling capabilities that can really help everyone stay connected and productive. For starters, many teams have to tackle calling as part of their workflows, and often collaboration can yield better and faster results. To that end, voice-enabled channels allow you to turn any Teams channel into a team-based call queue, allowing departments like human resources or IT to solve important issues as a team. For example, addressing new hire questions as they come in, or responding to tech support requests even more quickly. Voice-enabled channels will be available by the end of March, and we will continue to build out and improve upon the initial set of capabilities. Among the challenges of hybrid work that I face is I need to move around, and on some days, I'm just moving around my house a lot. The new Endpoint transfer feature makes it easy for me to move calls between two devices, for example, from my laptop to my phone. While I'm on a call on my laptop, I can simply launch the Teams app on my mobile phone, where I automatically receive a notification asking me if I want to join my current call on this device. I can then add this device so the call's on both, or transfer the call, which will seamlessly transition it to my phone. And sometimes you want to preserve data or just in a location with a poor network connection, so it's helpful to limit the amount of data you're using for a smoother call experience. Users can now adjust the settings in their Teams mobile app to cap the data that we use during video calls. I can apply this setting so it's always on, including on Wi-Fi networks, never on, or only on while I'm on cellular networks. And while we're continually adding calling capabilities, the extensibility of Teams calling means that solutions can be built to integrate with Teams, creating new ways to connect individuals and organizations. And with Teams Contact Center certification and compliance recording certification programs, customers can feel confident that certified solutions integrate seamlessly and reliably. The vendors here have completed the certification process for at least one of their solutions, and the list of certified solutions is growing rapidly, with many more currently in the process. And with that, Bernardo, I'll pass it to you, and would love if you could show how some of our investments in hardware are really helping individuals and organizations stay better connected.
Thank you so much, Pete, for walking us through those amazing calling features. Up next, I am excited to show you how, in addition to the Teams client, a wide portfolio of Teams phones can help bring those calling features to life. We continually partner with best-in-class OEM partners to bring endpoints to customers at various price points and experiences. If you're using compatible third-party SIP phones, the SIP Gateway is a solution that enables select Cisco, Poly, Yealink, and AudioCodes hardware to enable core Teams calling functionality. The SIP Gateway allows for making and receiving calls with resume, hold, and transfers, dialing into, out from meetings, integration with Teams routing policies, and management within the Teams Admin Center. If you're looking to make investments in new hardware, we also have these two phones here in the middle. We have partnered closely with Yealink and AudioCodes to develop new form factors. Both of these phones make for great desk phones as well as common area phones. Speaking of common area phones, if you're looking to deploy them, we are excited to announce a new remote login feature we are rolling out. As an IT admin, you no longer need to be physically present when deploying a common area phone. You can actually use your Teams Admin Center and add the device to your inventory page using a device tag. A verification code will be generated, and the technician physically present installing the device will receive the verification code. As you can see, this makes it really easy and quick to set up. This is a feature that customers have requested, and we are excited to be rolling this out by the end of the month. Now, if you're looking to do investments in desk phones for your users, we also have this very cool, slick, and great-looking device from Crestron, which is new. This is a premium phone that, as you can see here, it has a full touch screen that you can take advantage of. Lastly, at the end here, you can see our newest improvements in terms of intelligence and productivity for our newest category, the Teams Display. The Teams Display, announced in our Fall Ignite, is the ultimate desktop companion. But as we all know, with the remote work experience and the fact that we're working from home these days, we are using the display at home as well and not just at work. To account for this, we have integrated both Bing and Cortana to make a better experience in your work day. Let's see how this is done. Hey Cortana, what is the weather in New York?
Right now, it's snow showers and 33 in New York. The forecast shows snow with a high of 34 and a low of 27. There's also a winter weather advisory in effect until 7 p.m. today.
Hey Cortana, please send a message to Megan.
All right, what's your message?
Hi Megan, I know it's cold and it's lunchtime, but can we please jump on a quick call to discuss a project update?
Send it or change it.
Send it.
I'll send that.
Hey Cortana, please call Megan.
Calling Megan Bowen.
Hi there, how's it going?
Hello.
I'm so glad you called. I'm a little busy right now, so can I give you a call this afternoon?
Sounds great.
Alright, talk soon. Bye.
Bye. As you can see, Cortana helps you stay in the flow of work by directing administrative tasks to your desktop assistant, therefore streamlining contexts and streamlining channels into chats, calls, meetings into a dedicated endpoint. As you can see, we provide an endpoint for any solution you need. If you're looking for additional information on all of our endpoints, please go to aka.ms/teamsdevices and you will be able to see all the information there. Lastly, this past September, we partnered with Marketplace to announce a monthly financing device as a service that you can access from the Marketplace. This was launched in the United States, but we're announcing 3 additional countries: United Kingdom, Ireland, and Australia. Very exciting. And we are continuing to add more by the end of the year. These previous 3 countries will be available in March. Now, I will hand it over to Pete to close out the session.
Thanks, Bernardo. It's really great to see the spectrum of phones and devices that can solve really any calling need. Well, we've really just been able to scratch the surface on the innovations that are helping create lasting connections. I'll remind you of the 3 main priorities we talked about today, specifically creating simple, seamless, and global options to deploy PSTN calling to teams, delivering critical and innovative value for broad as well as sophisticated calling scenarios, and enabling a portfolio of calling endpoints from legacy hardware all the way up to the AI-powered premium devices that Bernardo showed us. Hopefully you're as excited about these innovations as we are. To learn more about the topics we've discussed today, plus find helpful details in getting started with your team's calling deployment, please see some great resources here. Also, don't forget to check out the other great team sessions. Thank you so much for joining. Enjoy the rest of the show.